Peace, y'all. High frequencies. Blackfeet Witch in this motherfucker today. I got a lot to share, y'all. I got a lot to share. And so it's going to start off with the dream I had a few days ago that I didn't share. If you looked at the video that I had on spiritual work, that was the night before was the day that I had this particular dream, and I was going to get into it, and then I had a phone call. But in that dream, I had this energy, this male energy sharing with me how to change the atmosphere. He was sharing with me, it was like we were up in the sky somewhere. But if you want to say it's God or whatever, you know, or my higher self having a remote viewing of this reality. That's what we were doing together. Could have been my masculine part of me. And we were up there together, and he was showing me that you can change the atmosphere. We can change how much gravity is being released on this planet, how much, you know, whatever these different type of I would say what you call them, little atoms and stuff, or chemicals, whatever, on the periodic table. He was showing me how that we can change and manipulate that, and we actually did change and manipulate it. And when we did, he was showing me how people were able to, like, they was riding on the bike, and then next thing you know, the bike started flowing up in the air, or they were driving in the car and the car started flowing up in the air, and people were doing flips, and then they ended up in a handstand just suspended in air. He was showing me how when we change, and what that was, but when we change the different pressure of, or amount of different types of chemicals in the atmosphere, it changes how we are on this planet. So it was kind of different. So I didn't really get it out. You know, I didn't share it with y'all, but now I'm sharing it because the dream I had last night was, I believe, kind of coincided with what I saw. And then at the gym today, I'm just leaving the gym, I have a conversation with somebody I know that was directly correlated to the dream I had last night. And so in the dream last night, I was inside of this house, and I was on the inside looking out, and it was people coming into the house that were getting pulled into this incinerator. When I was on the Stairmaster in the gym, that was the word that came to me, incinerator. And so to give you a visual of what it looked like, there was this spinning incinerator. It had to be like, that's the name it gave it. But it was like heat that was down there. But it was spinning really fast, and it was heat, like almost like fire that was coming from it. And if you didn't, and people were like falling down into it who couldn't catch on and get out, they were trying to get inside of the house on the side where we were. It was me and some other people, but they couldn't get in on that side. They was coming through the house, and before they knew it, they were getting sucked down into this incinerator. And it was some people who were trying to hold on to parts of the wall of the house before getting pulled down into the incinerator. But once they got into that part of the house, the incinerator wasn't gonna let them go, and they got sucked down. And I was just watching people get sucked down and ask me for their help, and I was just like, shit, if I help them, I could get pulled down too. Like, who's to say I'm strong enough to carry both of us out of here, out of this incinerator? So it was two of the people who were inside with me decided to go out of the side of the house we were in and go through the door to see if they could find out how they was getting sucked in. They wanted to get the behind the scenes information on how to help people, you know. And they saw that once they came through the door the floor of the house wasn't like a real floor. It was like wood slabs that had been broken into. So you may walk on one board, and then it's a space, and then it's another board. So you got to try to get through that to get to the other side. But get to the other side where we were on, you had to jump across the incinerator and latch on to the wall to try to get pulled through to our side to be safe. That part, y'all, was weird. The incinerator. Don't really understand what that part of the dream means. Now, I had another part of the dream. I can't remember if this part came before or after the incinerator, but we were in this house, and I had somebody looking out the window, and they were saying that, okay, the time is coming. The time is coming. Like we are all getting ready to get sucked in and be abolished. There was something that was coming on the planet that was getting ready to take everybody, the entire world was getting ready to be eradicated. And when this was told to me, I wasn't scared. I wasn't shocked in the dream. I pretty much was at peace. I was like, okay, okay, this is what we got to be. This is what I got to be. I didn't feel any type of way about it. I wasn't scared. I wasn't afraid. It wasn't none of that. So going back to the connection to this, and like I told you, I just left the gym. So I just left the gym, and I'm doing my workout, doing my leg workout, and I end up seeing two people that I knew I hadn't seen in a while. And so we were talking about a friend of ours whose father just transitioned, and the conversation about it. And I was pretty much like, I told my daddy last week, like, my thing is when it's time for me to go, because we all got to go, I want to be able to just freely flow away from here in my sleep. Just ease out of here through my dreams. Because some people, I say, I don't want to leave in no plane crash. I don't want to leave in no accident. I don't want to leave in no shootout or somebody shoot me, gun me down. I don't want to leave sick with cancer. I want to leave just in my sleep, just flow away from here, right? And so I was talking to my friends at the gym, and he had said, he said, I want to live up out of here where we all go at the same time. Like something just happened on earth, and we all just have to just leave. We all get, taken up at the same time. And I said, damn. I said, that's why I just had a dream about this shit last night. I told him, damn, that shit wild, because I just had a dream that we all were getting taken out of here at the same time. Oh, gas. Oh, 289. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Distracted. 289. So, yeah, I had a dream. I told him, I was like, damn. I said, it's wild that you say that, because I just had a dream last night that we were all getting taken up out of here at the same time. And it was kind of like, okay, if this is our time to go, I said, I pretty much was at peace with it. He was like, yeah. He said, but it's a lot of synchronicities, and we got to talking about that at the same time. And, he still believes in, that Jesus and Christianity mindset. And he was like, when Jesus come back, blah, 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 blah. And then I kind of like blacked out, because I don't really listen when people start talking about when Jesus come back. I don't listen to that fairy tale. But I understand the conscious level that he's on, and that's that's fine. That worked for him. And but I thought that was really interesting that the dream last night that I had showed itself up a few hours later in a conversation with somebody having the same thought process. So I wonder if it's a lot of people out there that don't want to leave individually. Is it people out there? Are y'all out there and y'all want to all, leave as a collective? Y'all just be like, hey, let a meteor hit the planet. I was telling him about the movie Don't Look Up. And I told him, I saw that movie on Netflix probably about 3 or 4 months ago, like earlier this year. And it's like a giant meteor or something scientists had discovered were coming to the planet. And the whole planet, everybody was getting wiped out. And I said, you need to see that. I said, because that's pretty much what you saying. And he was like, yeah. He was like, that's what I want. And I said, that's kind of like how my dream was. Like, everybody got wiped out, y'all, at the same time. So I thought that was interesting. So, the incinerator, where people getting sucked up. And then we have which was very weird, we have the dream where, and part of this is all last night, the incinerator dream was last night, as well as everybody getting, being hit by something on this planet and getting taken out, we all dying and getting wiped out at the same time. That was last night. The changing of the atmosphere on this planet, where the gravity it was less gravity here. That was earlier this week. I think like Tuesday it may have been. I had that dream on Tuesday. I think, yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday night, yeah, I think I had that dream. Monday night, Tuesday night, one of them. But I thought that was really interesting about the atmosphere, something hitting the planet, changing the atmosphere. The incinerator, people getting sucked down into the Earth's atmosphere with this incinerator. Like, everything had to do with like different things that's going on with this planet. And so I can't elaborate on it because y'all don't really know what it means. The only thing that came to me was incinerator. That was the word that came to me, because I was thinking in my mind, I was like, what the hell was that? And while I was working out, which is like a form of meditation for me, the word incinerator came. And so I had to even Google what incinerator was. I'm like, what is a damn incinerator? And I was like, yep, that's what it was. That's the damn incinerator. That's what an incinerator is. Interesting. So yeah, y'all, there's some stuff going on, but you know what? We have to be at peace with it all. And knowing there is no life or death. That's why I guess in my dream I wasn't panicking. I'm at peace here, which shows me that, and when I'm at peace in my dream, it shows me that I am at peace here too. That I recognize and I realized that there is no reality. There is no death. We are constantly, always, creating and moving, and we're omniscient. We're omnipresent. We're all knowing. We're all seeing. We're everything. And so, no matter what hit this planet, the all mind continues. The mind continues, even if we get pulled into an incinerator, like my dream, like the all continues. The physical manifestation of the subconscious mind thought or the soul essence may be obliterated or whatever the word is. Yeah, my mind be having these thoughts of these words, and then I'd be like, how am I supposed to say it correctly? That shit funny to me. But yeah, when this physical form is no more, then the mind continues. The all, just like in the Kabbalion. Everything is all. All is the mind. The mind continues, y'all. The all mind continues. We are all pieces of the mind. So it's forever going. So when this physical form is obliterated or then we still will be. So there's no need to fear anything. It's just we get to have a physical being to manipulate whatever this planet time reference gives us. We can manipulate it and how to bring in and mesh the physical with the spirit, which is part of the physical form, and have it in alignment with the soul essence, which is the all mind. And for me, that is kind of like, that's my goal, is to, be in the present moment, be in the now moment, bringing everything into an alignment together. And that's what I wanted to share, y'all. That's my dream about the incinerator and manipulating the atmosphere and all that good fun stuff, and us getting wiped out. But you all know this is not my first time having a dream about us getting wiped out. I think last year I had the dream, if you all remember, where I was going down the stairs, and I told you all that it was a person in front of me, and I became lucid, and the lady in front of me took a knife and kind of cut under my eye. And when she cut under my eye, she cut the sign of the Eye of Horus on my face. And then, of course, we saw, everything blacked out, and then it felt as if the world was ending, like everything was ending. But then when I looked out the window, I started to see things outside change, like flowers bloom up and things started to change. I forgot what I named that video. I have to go back and find it and tag it here later on. But yeah, that was the dream. I've had a lot of end of the world dreams, a lot of multiple moons, different moons. I've had a lot of those dreams of just a different type of planet that we're on. I feel like it all connects to. And even now while I'm talking, I kind of feel like, even with that dream, it feels like it's like a wiping out of thought processes. Like, oh, that shit got to go. Like, it's like the planet is like, hey, we wiping out all these old thought processes, all these old mindsets. We doing cleanup, and we got to clean up. And that's part of the cleanup. It's just changing the atmosphere, putting those old thoughts into the incinerator and getting rid of it. Total obliviating, or whatever the word is, of everything that's going on that's not, I would say, a match for what we're calling New Earth, or the Aquarian age, because we're out of the age of Pisces into the Aquarian age. So wiping